What up YouTube? Welcome to the Joe McFo Show. Today I'm going to show you my Lightbox 2023 art book art merch haul. I got all my art books here. I spent a lot of money on the stuff I'm going to show you today, and hopefully you guys will be inspired. Maybe you even get some of the books yourself. By the way guys, before we start the video, I just want to make a quick announcement for you all. My project, Shadow.boxers, is officially live. A couple of weeks ago, we did a 50th live stream party celebration, and I talked all about Shadow.boxers. I gave story details, I had you guys meet the team, and I talked about some of the process that got me to where I'm currently at, even my old high school artwork from 10-15 years ago, and it's all wrapped up in this one live stream. But I also want to say that we have a new website. It's shadow.boxers.com, and we also have a merch store. So if you want to get your own shirts, if you want to get your own stickers, we even have water bottles and hoodies, and we're going to be releasing a lot more. I have so much in the store right now that is not even published, that if I were to release one new thing every single day, it would take me at least 2 or 3 months to fully let everything out. So I have lots of stuff coming, and if you want to support Shadow.boxers, that would be a great way to do so. The first thing I'm going to show you guys is actually artwork that I find very special, because these artists were my classmates back when I was in art school, and I reunited with them after I think 7 years or something like that. And so the first thing I want to show you guys is this merch from Emmy Hartana, a good friend of mine. So I bought one of her stickers here. Actually, I bought a bunch of stickers from her, and then we got these here, these really cute creatures, and then we got the Meow Morales. So that was one artist that I went to school with. The next one is my friend Marielle, and she did this amazing Spider-Man artwork. You guys know that I'm a huge Spider-Man fan. I mean, come on. So yeah, had to represent, and this is gonna be on the wall at some point, but I couldn't put it up until I did the video. So thank you both so much for allowing me to purchase your work and for signing it, because you almost left with, you almost had me leave without getting me a signature. So. And something else that I thought was a real treat is I got to see another classmate of mine, or former classmate of mine, named Peggy, and she does some really amazing work. And I walked by her booth and started looking around, seeing what I could nab, and then I came across this right here. This is a Saul Goodman charm, and as soon as I saw that, I was like, I don't care what the price is, I'm buying it. Some of you guys may know that I'm a huge fan of Breaking Bad. I didn't start getting into it till long after it stopped airing, but Saul is definitely one of my favorite characters. So yeah, I just want to say thank you, Peggy, for making these. These are really, really cool. Also want to give a shout out to my friend Josephine, who gave me this wonderful zine and little postcard, and it's been so fun going through this, and got a little note here, and yeah, so really, really cool stuff. Another artist I forgot to mention, who I also went to school with, didn't know him that well in school admittedly, but really cool guy, is a guy named Ryan Berry, and he created this little sketchbook. I'll put his social media in the video, and you guys can see all the work that he's done. Is just really, really incredible. All this pen and ink stuff, really inspiring, and it's all stuff that I don't really like to draw that much. It's like mechs and robots and astronauts and stuff like that, but this guy really, really crushes it, and we had a good moment. We were bonding over one of our favorite franchises, which is the Jak and Daxter series, and I had to get this little Jak sticker, this Jak and Daxter sticker. If you guys know me well, you guys know that this is my favorite game series of all time, and he also blessed me with a really cool Jak drawing. So much support. Thank you, Ryan. Appreciate you, bro. All right, so now as far as I know, every other artist is someone who I did not go to school with. Right here is a comic, Super Punchy Girl, and I'm super excited about this one, because what I really appreciate is the drawing style. You guys know, obviously I'm an artist, but what I like here is that it fits the style of animation, but it's done with the line quality of something that's more comic booky. So usually in animation, you'll see line work being very consistent. You'll have very thin lines or very thick lines, and you won't see a lot of variation. And oftentimes in Western comics, what you'll see is a lot of comics that have like really thick, dark black spaces, like something like Jim Lee or something. And those are cool, but I've never fully connected with those on a personal level. So I really enjoy seeing stuff like this, which has an animated approach, but also takes the lessons from something that is more comic book based. And this is just an absolute joy to have. And I've actually been studying this artwork and putting it into my own stuff for Shadowboxers, and I think it's enhancing. I'm actually really excited to show you guys what I've been coming up with. Next up is another favorite artist of mine. I got two books here from Sean Galloway, also goes by the name of Cheeks, and I absolutely love the artwork here. And I recently watched Spectacular Spider-Man a couple months ago for the first time, and I already know, you guys can't even imagine me seeing something that's Spider-Man related for the first time in my late 20s, but you know, it is what it is. But he has this really fun, something fell out. Oh yeah, he gave me this cool Batman, Superman postcard too. So this is also gonna go up on my wall. It might go even right here. This actually might be a good spot for it. But I love this style because it's just so fun and so fluid. The characters are really cute, but they also are all superheroes at the same time. And the thing that I love about this is the shape language. I cannot wait to start analyzing this because he's one of those masters of character design that even when I was in school, I would study him and look up to his work. And so Sean, if you're watching this, appreciate you, bro. Next up, I got this sketchbook by Dale Longfish. I didn't even know that this artist would be at Lightbox when I signed up or when I went. I've seen this work on Instagram, and I've always been amazed by it because it reminds me of stuff I've done in my classes. It's all, as far as I can tell, traditional drawings, and you know, all creatures and really intricate line work and detail. And this is the type of stuff I really love. And so when I saw this walking down the lane, I was just like, I have to get this. And definitely worth it. I will also be studying this book. Well, first of all, I'll be studying every book that I'm showing you guys, but this one especially is going to be really sick. Next up, I got some books from Steven Silver, and I'm actually really excited about this one because the one book that I went up to get at the very end of the expo was actually out of stock. And I was put on a mailing list, and as I was walking away back to my car, I got a text message basically saying, hey, we actually do have one more book, can we give it to you now? And so I had to rush back. I didn't even get to go into the expo because everything was closed, and they're like, we're not letting people come in unless you're an exhibitor. And I was like, come on, bro, I just need to get it. And so they came out and helped me out. And so I got this brand new book called The Silver Way, which is a character design book from the guy who basically designed Kim Possible and Danny Phantom and all these characters that I grew up with, and gives a lot of really great advice for characters, for poses, for thinking about things like negative space and silhouette, anatomy, all this stuff that I think is super important. And you guys already know by now that I'm a character designer. I also teach character design courses, and anytime I see a master at work and they're sharing all their tips and putting it into something like this, I have to get it. So this is going right on the shelf. But not only that, I also got two other books by Steven Silver. This one here, I got 310 Faces, a sketchbook challenge where it's pretty self-explanatory. He drew 310 faces. So looking forward to going through that. And then here is a character design roughs. One of the things I like about this one is that typically rough drawings are not something that we see on a day-to-day basis. Sometimes we'll see a rough drawing on Instagram or something like that, but generally speaking, we tend to see the stuff that looks polished, the stuff that looks pretty. Even art books that come out from professional studios, like for a video game or a film, they curate all of that stuff. And sometimes what we consider concept art is actually more completed illustrations done specifically for the book. So when I see a book like this, Character Design Roughs, it's actually really inspiring for me because he has all his notes in here and he's really going through and showing us exactly his thought process behind these characters that we've recognized and have known and loved for years. So super excited about this one. Now this one was actually a gift. A good friend of mine bought this for me. I wasn't even aware of it, but I'm so glad he found it for me. This is Isunboshi, I believe is how you say it. This is by Ryan Lang, and it is a beautifully illustrated graphic novel that is very cinematic. So one thing about comics, it's very easy to have it just be, 2-3 panels or something like that. But for someone like myself, I really enjoy film and I enjoy filmmaking, but I don't necessarily have the tools to animate my own full production. I mean, I could, but it would take me a long time. So I find that things like this are really helpful for me to study from and to analyze and figure out how I can incorporate my own work into something like this. So beautiful book here, and I can't wait to study it more. And then last but not least, I have this book, Artist Master Series Color and Light by the great Nathan Fowkes. I actually wanted to get this last year, but by the time I found the table and everything, these were sold out. And this is a great book, especially for people who are trying to learn color theory and who are trying to understand the basics of color. So he gives all these examples of his own paintings. He talks about so much stuff. I haven't even gone through the entire book yet, but there's so many things here that I imagine are going to be incredibly helpful for me. Even as someone who's been drawing and painting for as long as I have been, there's nothing wrong with going back to the fundamentals. Matter of fact, this very man, I heard it on some podcast or something he said on YouTube, where his secret to his success has always been going back to the fundamentals. And with his knowledge and his wisdom, he's been able to put that in this book, and I can't wait to go through it. Now, one thing that I'm actually a little ashamed about is I meant to record a video last year about my Lightbox haul. I had footage recorded of some of my friends who I've met, and maybe I'll even put some of that in this video here. But unfortunately, I was busy, I was in a mood, whatever the case was, I didn't end up recording it. So I didn't get a chance to do that for you. But as a special treat, I do want to show you guys a book that I did get last year at Lightbox, and I still love it to this day. It is, I don't know how to say this. I think it's just T-A-H-K. I don't know, or K-H-A-T, whatever this says. It's by Hicham Habji, and hopefully I'm saying his name right too. But what I love about his work is how loose he is. I've always been a huge fan of his designs. Things are very, very loose and very, very fluid and fun. And I just really appreciate this guy's stuff. So this was from last year. It still is on my shelf and it's gonna stay there. So as you guys can all see, I have a lot to study. I have a lot of character design books. I have some storytelling books like the graphic novel I just showed you. I got some color and light books for painting, and I got some cool stuff to hang on my wall and show off some of my friends' work. And so I'm really thankful for that. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked, please like and share the video and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more from me. It really helps with the algorithm and making sure people get to see what the Joe McFo Show is all about. So have a good one, guys. Keep drawing and take care.